for a quote or visit us on the web at panhandleprintdesign.com.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with two great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
In 3, 2, 1. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back into Fairfax Field. We are on the campus of Shepherd University in historic Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It is the home of the Rams, and it is the site of today's Mountain East Conference baseball doubleheader action. Game 2 coming up as the Shepherd University Rams entertain the Falcons of Notre Dame College out of South Euclid, Ohio. For Talk Radio and WRNR TV on YouTube and TV 10 on the Comcast system in Berkeley and Jefferson counties. I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford. We've got Caleb Falero at the studio and John Alderton. He is our TV 10 cameraman. Well, let's quickly take a look at the Notre Dame batting order as we are just about ready for Game 2 to get started. It's the exact same order that we had in Game 1. Shortstop Zach Santoro is in the leadoff, followed by the second baseman Corey Miley. The designated hitter Joe Pascal is batting third. In the cleanup spot, center fielder Rick Phillips batting fifth. At first base, Nick Farrell. The left fielder is Adam Purdy. He'll bat sixth. Hitting seventh in right field is Lucas Thompson. The number 8 hitter, third baseman Najee Garcia. And the number 9 hitter and catcher is Matt Richards. On the hill for the Shepherd Rams, Ryan Potts in the first delivery to Santoro. In there for strike one. Today's opening pitch coming at 4:01. Next delivery from the big right-hander, fastball off that inside corner. 1-1 now to Santoro. Came into the day with a .316 average, a couple of homers, and 27 runs driven in. Went 2 for 5 in Game 1. Lifts the 1-1 pitch, foul and out of play down the right field side. Count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We mentioned Potts on the hill. Eddie Nottingham is behind the plate doing the catching in this one. Justin Smith will be at first with Giovanni Torres at second. Trenton Bergreen is the shortstop, and Saeed Mahdi plays at third. 1-2 pitch up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We round out the outfield with Nick Atkinson in left, Brenton Doyle in center, and Jared Carr in right. That is that Ram defense. Will set their batting order in the bottom of the first. 2-2 pitch is due, but instead Potts shaking off Nottingham and Santoro stepping out.
Ryan Potts coming in with his 11th start today as he's set to deliver that 2-2. A big swing and a miss.
A good high fastball. Santoro swings right through it, and Potts gets the strikeout.
It is his 11th start. He has a 4.11 ERA in 57 innings of work. 49 hits allowed, 33 runs, 26 of those earned. He has walked 25 and struck out 71.
It'll bring to the plate Corey Miley, the second baseman, number 2 hitter in the order. And the first pitch to him missing for ball 1. Miley, the freshman, came into the day with a .297 average, no homers, 12 driven in, went 0 for 4, but did draw a base on balls back in Game 1. Takes a pretty hearty cut at the 1-0, and the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Miley from that right-hand batter's box really choking up on the bat. The 1-1 pitch, and he'll bounce it foul. That one over towards the Ram dugout. Shepherd off the third base side. The Notre Dame Falcons off the first base side. Notre Dame wearing the gray baseball pants, the blue jersey tops, gold numerals, and a white outline. Shepherd Rams with the white pants and jersey tops, the dark blue numerals and lettering, Rams across the front of those jersey tops. Miley gets a piece of this 1-2, fouls it back, and it holds at a ball and 2 strikes.
Potts considered the ace of this rotation, so he should see a good one here in game number 2. Again, 71 strikeouts. I think that's 72 after striking out the leadoff batter, Santoro.
Time being taken by the batter as once again Potts and Nottingham taking a little too much time getting on the same page. That 1-ball, 2-strike pitch is due. Here it comes. Off the outside part of the plate, it's lifted in the air into shallow right field. Coming in on it is Carr. He's there, and he'll pull it in for out number 2.
When not nearly the same factor it was in game number 1, the flag in center field. Barely blowing, if any, so the wind not going to play as big of a factor in game number 2 as it did in game number 1, and it was a big factor in game number 1.
2 down, bases empty. Joe Pascal to the plate. Pascal with a big swing and a miss at strike 1. He was the designated hitter in game 1. Went 1 for 3. Had a single and a run scored. Also reached on an error and was hit by a pitch. Takes on the outside corner. It's called strike quickly. 0-2. Potts working very efficiently. Retiring the first 2 and well ahead of Pascal as that 0-2 pitch is grounded slowly towards the shortstop. Charging in on a Bird Green. He's got it in the throw on to first, and it's in time to get him. So the side set down in order for Notre Dame in their first at-bats. A good start for Shepherd starter Ryan Potts. We'll be back with the bottom half of inning number 1 after this timeout. It is Notre Dame 0, Shepherd coming to bat.
Prepare for what's next or to plan ahead. We're here. Brown Funeral Home, a legacy of service since 1880.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Set that Shepherd Ram a batting order as they will come to the plate here in the home half of inning number 1. Leading off is the right fielder Jared Carr. Batting second, center fielder Brenton Doyle. In the 3 spot at first base, Justin Smith. The catcher is Eddie Nottingham. He's in the cleanup spot. The number 5 hitter at third base, Saeed Mahdi. Designated hitter Christian Hamill will bat 6th. The number 7 hitter in left field, Nick Atkinson. Batting 8th at second base, Giovanni Torres. And the number 9 hitter is the shortstop, Trenton Bergreen. So that is the batting order for the Shepherd Rams. Towing that pitching rubber is Kenny Pearson for Notre Dame. He's working with starting catcher Matt Richards. At first is Nick Farrell. Second baseman Corey Miley. At third, Najee Garcia. The shortstop is Zach Santoro. In the outfield, Adam Purdy plays in left. Rick Phillips in center. Right fielder is Lucas Thompson. Carr, stepping into that left-hand batter's box, will take a strike on the outside corner. Bottom of the first inning underway, no score. As we are just underway, game 2 of our doubleheader. Game 1 went the way of Notre Dame by a 6-3 final. Carr takes. It's low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Carr in the first game, 2 for 3, a couple of singles, a walk, a strikeout. Came around to score a run. Watches this pitch down low and in, 2 balls and a strike. Looking at Pearson on the hill, goes 6'4", 225, a senior out of Sheffield Lake, Ohio. Pretty good size on the mound. Comes to the plate with a pitch grounded past the first baseman. That went out into right field for a hit. Carr able to turn on that one, putting it to the right side of first baseman Nick Farrell, who ranging over could not get to it.
Well, Jared Carr started off game 1 That one was a single, and he's doing the same here in game 2.
Let's see if the Rams can get the bats going early in this one. In the earlier game, had 7 hits, but just 3 runs to show for it. Over their last 2 games have now been held to 4 total runs. Brenton Doyle, the batter, swing and a miss at the first pitch from Pearson for strike 1.
This is start number 11 for Pearson. He's got a 4.73 ERA and 59 innings of work, 80 hits, 35 runs, 31 of those on his tally, 11 walks and 45 strikeouts.
The 0-1 pitch off that outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. It evens up to Doyle. Brenton Doyle in game 1, 0 for 4. A couple of flyouts to right, a line out to center, and then got caught looking. Didn't like that third strike. His last time up, swings and lifts this one in the air into left field, moving back on it, camping under it, and making the grab is Adam Purdy. So a pretty routine fly ball, if you will, to left for out number 1. Jared Carr has to stay put at first.
It's now 0 for 5 in this series so far for Brenton Doyle. Went 0 for 4 in the first game, including a strikeout. And now the 4th flyout he's had, as we are in the first inning of game 2 as well.
Don't say that very often. I mean, here's a young man that has been the Mountain East Conference Player of the Week 3 different times this season. First pitch to Justin Smith in there for a strike. Carr at first will stretch out his lead and a quick toss over. The left-hander able to make that move to try to hold Carr a little bit closer. He had a stolen base back in game 1, and he's off with this pitch, and it's lined over the head of the second baseman, drops down into right center field. Carr hesitated going around second to throw through to third, and he is safe at third as he was able to elude the would-be tag of Najee Garcia, went past third base and then dove back in, and the Rams will have runners at the corners.
Yeah, luckily Najee Garcia bobbled that ball coming in, came in on a little bit of a bounce. And he bobbled it a little bit because I think Jared Carr was dead to rights there.
So it ends up being a base hit, putting runners at first and third. Good job by Smith poking that one out, so over the head of Corey Miley. And then I guess you'd say heads up base running, as Carr slowed it down going around second, had to make sure whether that ball was caught or not, and then took off for third. Swinging at the first pitch, it's a ground ball to second. They'll go to short for 1, and the relay throw to first is not in time, and that will score Jared Carr from third. Shepherd takes the 1-0 lead. Smith erased out at second. The out will go 4-6 for the second out of the inning, but Eddie Nottingham, who swung at that first pitch, will reach it first on the fielder's choice.
Scores a run, that's all that matters. It was not the ball you wanted to send into the infield, the double play opportunity, but a good job by Nottingham hurrying up the first base line and getting it before the throw, and a run in, and those were hard to come by for Shepherd in the first game.
RBI number 41 on the season now for Nottingham as he collects the RBI on that fielder's choice ground ball. It'll bring to the plate Saeed Mahdi. He'll take outside ball 1. So Carr, who led off with a single, comes around to score. Smith was erased at second, 2 outs in the inning with that runner at first. Mahdi with a swing and a bouncer foul third base side. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mahdi in game 1 had that big 2-run home run in the third that at the time tied the game at 3. Notre Dame scored 3 in the top of the 5th and went on for that 6-3 victory. The other 3 times at the plate, Mahdi drew base on balls. Takes this one down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike here. So you look at those totals on the season, and Mahdi had 15 walks. He's now up to 18 with those 3 from game 1. Shows a good eye laying off of a pitch just off that outside part of the plate here, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
Hitters counting out Mahdi, who you mentioned had that a big home run in game number 1, was really the offense for Shepherd.
Pearson to the plate, and it's a sharp ground ball past the shortstop, moving over to his right, reaching out for the backhand as Santoro could not get it, and heads up base running by Nottingham as he'll go from first to third on the play. Motti is at first with a single, the third hit of this opening inning for Shepherd.
And I'm surprised that Saeed's not standing on second base. He came and got a good turn off first base, and I'm not sure if he didn't see the bobble at third base by Garcia, but he's back at first. I figured he could easily have gotten to second on that hit with the ball coming into third base, but decides to stay at first and not risk it.
It'll bring up Christian Hamill, 2 down, runners at the corners, a run already in. Shepherd out in front, 1-0. Hamill DHing in this one after he was behind the plate in game 1. Takes a fastball high, snap throw behind the runner at third, and he goes by the third baseman. That one into left field where it's scooped up by Purdy, and a run will come home on the error as Nottingham went back into the bag, then got back to his feet and comes in to score.
I think it's going to go down as an error on Garcia. That was a good throw by Richard behind the plate, and I think Garcia was moving his glove to lay the tag down before the ball got there.
So that error moves Saeed Motti up a base as well. He's now in scoring position at second with Shepherd leading 2-0. Hamill will await a 1-0 pitch. Here it comes, and he sends this one in the air into center field. Moving back on it and getting to it is Rick Phillips. He'll make that grab, and the side is retired. Now still the damage done as Shepherd will put 2 runs on the board thanks to 3 base hits. It's an RBI fielder's choice to score 1, an error on a pickoff play that scores the other, and at the end of 1 inning, it is Shepherd 2, Notre Dame nothing.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Heading to the top of the second inning here at Fairfax Field with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due to face Rams starter Ryan Potts. In the first inning, 13 pitches, 10 of those were for strikes. He set the side down in order with a strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. Rick Phillips, center fielder, ready to stand in. He'll be followed by Nick Farrell and then Adam Purdy. As action goes on here, the Shepherd softball team playing a doubleheader against the University of Charleston just up over the hill at Sarah Cree Field. Shepherd dropped the opener in heartbreaking fashion, 2-1 in 8 innings as the first pitch to Rick Phillips in there for a strike. But they have the early 3-0 lead in Game 2 of that doubleheader. A 1 delivery on the way, popped foul and out of play first base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Phillips out of the cleanup spot in Game 1 went 0 for 3, came into the day with a .316 average. Had a hit and, a home run and 15 driven in on the season. Did reach on an error back in Game 1. Phillips is granted time and steps out of the box and now digs back in. Potts ready, 0-2 fastball. This one again fouled out of play along the first base line.
With that win in game #1, Shepherd is over 30 wins for the 6th consecutive year.
Pitch is on the way, and this one works down low and outside. Of course, they will get to that 30-win plateau if they win this one. Notre Dame with the win in Game 1 is 6-3 on the baseball side, now at 20 wins. Here's a swing and a miss at a pitch down low and outside. And that is a strikeout, as it's the second K for Ryan Potts. He struck out Santoro to start that first inning and now gets Phillips to start the second. So Shepherd at 29-12 right now, 19-4 in conference play. Can hit that 30-win plateau if they can get the victory in this one. Farrell takes this one outside for ball one. Maybe you are a prognosticator. 1-0 on the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Shepherd softball team now at 34-13, 21-8 in the Mountain East after falling in game 1 earlier against the University of Charleston. 1-1 delivery outside, 2 balls and a strike. Farrell, sophomore, in the number 5 spot in game 1, went 1 for 2, including a sacrifice fly. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, dug out by Nottingham. He'll step out in front of the plate and throw on to first, and Farrell is retired.
Not a bad way to start the second inning. Went 1, 2, 3 in the first, and then back-to-back strikeouts to start inning number 2. Ryan Potts looking very comfortable early on the mound for Shepherd.
So Adam Purdy to the plate. Base is empty, 2 away. Starting left fielder in the number 6 spot in the order. Same spot he was in game 1 when he went 2 for 4. Swings and sends this one in the air into center field. Ranging back into his left and getting there to make the grab is Brenton Doyle. And just like that, the side is retired. Notre Dame goes in order for a second straight at-bat. We'll go to the bottom of the second when we return to Fairfax Field with Shepherd out in front 2-0.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Well, a beautiful day for baseball. Hey, let's play too, and that's exactly what we're doing. Our game time temperature in the low 60s range. We do have sunny skies, and the wind that had been blowing, it's still there, but John Alberton can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down from outside. It's slowing down a little bit. It's much nicer this game than it was in game 1, and he does give us the thumbs up on that when we saw the wind play some havoc on fly balls and pop flies in game 1. Well, Nick Atkinson to get it started. Number 7 hitter in the Ram order takes the first pitch from the lefty Kenny Pearson. It is in there for a strike. We had Pearson at 17 pitches, 10 for strikes in that first inning. Gave up the couple of runs on 3 hits. 2-0 Shepherd. Swing and a miss. Atkinson down in the count. It's 0-2. Looking at the numbers so far on this season for Nick Atkinson as he takes a pitch up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Didn't play in game 1. This is the 31st game and his 21st start on the season. .274 average. He's got 5 homers and 19 driven in. Swings and grounds this one in the hole between third and short. Backhanded by the shortstop. A jump throw to first and not going to get him. Nice play by Santoro just to get to it and then try that jump throw, but couldn't get enough on it as Atkinson legs it out an infield base hit.
There's only a couple of major leaguers that can do that, and you're hardly ever going to see that at the college level. So you credit and tip your cap to the effort. But the minute he gets it backhand almost in the left field grass, you're going, okay, that's an infield single. And I was surprised he even made the throw because you're not going to, especially the Division II, you're just not going to see anybody with that kind of an arm.
Giovanni Torres now the batter. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Number 8-hitter in the order, second baseman in this same spot in Game 1. He went 0 for 3. Came into the day with a .293 average, a homer and 12 driven in. Did reach base in that first game, being hit by a pitch. Turns on this 0-2, sends a towering pop-up towards the third baseman, and right on the line, the catch is made by Najee Garcia. Went over into foul territory and then back to his left. Was pretty much right on that foul line as he pulled that one in for out number 1.
We saw it a bunch in the last game. Pop flies hit to that left side of the infield. The wind's still having fun with them a little bit, because you saw Garcia still come in about 5 or 6 steps right at the end before making that catch.
It brings up Trenton Bergreen, shortstop, number 9 hitter, takes ball 1. He's up with 1 out and that runner at first. Atkinson stretching out his lead, held there by Nick Farrell. Atkinson, 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts on the year. He's staying as Bergreen takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
Bergreen in Game 1 was hit by a pitch in the second, singled in the fourth, and then grounded out to end his day in the sixth.
Came in with a .280 average, 6 homers, 23 driven in. Takes this pitch for a called strike 2. He's down in the count now, 1-2.
Good breaking ball, but just was able to catch the outside edge of the plate.
Bergreen, a junior out of Millbrook High School in nearby Winchester, Virginia. Turns on this one sharply, hit to the third baseman. Garcia plays it on that short hop and then makes the throw to first in time to get him. Wow. Nice play by Najee Garcia. He has been showing us some glove work over there so far today.
And he's got a strong enough arm, and he knows his arm strength, that he knows he's just got to be able to knock it down. If it's anywhere near him, he's still going to be able to get up and make that throw. And you've seen that a couple times today where he doesn't have to necessarily get it with the leather. You just kind of make sure he blocks it in front of him and is able to pick it up and make a strong throw.
Atkinson advances to second with that ground out. 2 away, a runner in scoring position. Back to the top of the order, Jared Carr tries to check up his swing and appeal to our base umpire, who says no swing. And after seeing a call similar to that in Game 1 that was called a swing, I am still baffled, because I thought that was far more of a swing.
I was going to say that was not as close of a call as it was in Game 1.
Now the 1-0 pitch, and it's looped towards the shortstop, and Santoro with a diving effort can't get to it. It drops into shallow left center field. Purdy gets it in, but not in time to get Atkinson, who was able to come around and score on the clutch 2-out RBI base hit from Jared Carr. 3-0 now the Shepherd lead.
Now, Shepherd looking much more confident in this game at the plate, and taking a couple pitches, but not making sure they're not taking too many at the plate and taking the bat off their shoulder in game number 2, and it's shown on the scoreboard. They're up 3-0.
Carr picking up his 27th run batted in on the season. He is aboard at first for Brenton Doyle, and the first pitch he sees is outside for ball 1. Carr 2 for 2 now in this one, as he's got a couple of singles. It's going to make him 4 for 5 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Runner is on the move with a pitch to the plate. It's a high chopper right back up the middle. Santoro, the shortstop, near the second base bag, grabs it. His only play is to throw on to first, and Brenton Doyle is retired. The out will go 6-3. Brings the inning to a close, but an infield base hit to get it started, and then a 2-out RBI single from Jared Carr helps the Rams to add to the lead. 2 innings in the books with the score: Shepherd 3, Notre Dame nothing.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com.
Moving to the top of the third, bottom three in the order, 7, 8, and 9 for Notre Dame to face Ram starter Ryan Potts, who has set down the first 6 batters that he has faced, 3 strikeouts, 2 flyouts, and 1 groundout so far. Lucas Thompson, sophomore right fielder out of the number 7 spot in the order, came into the day hitting .272, no homers, 6 driven in Game 1. Went 2 for 4, had a couple of hits, including a key bunt single in the 3-run 5th inning that proved to be the difference as Notre Dame beat Shepherd in Game 1 6-3. First pitch of the at-bat to Thompson, a little late on the swing, fouls it into the netting. And just to the side of the first base dugout, count 0-1.
So far, Ryan Potts has thrown a gem on the mound. Only 24 pitches through 2 innings now. Throwing pitch number 26, that one low and away. 3 strikeouts on the day so far. Has gone 6 up, 6 down. So just playing very, very good baseball on the mound right now.
Pardon me. Guess a little dust in the nostrils there. The count at 1-1, and that pitch misses to make it 2 balls and a strike.
Quit acting like the wind's blowing and dirt's flying around everywhere.
Here's a pitch that misses down low. Now at 3 balls and a strike. And you look back to the week of March 11th, and Ryan Potts shared pitcher of the week honors in the Mountain East with Todd Marshall of Notre Dame. 3-1 pitch down low gets away from Nottingham. That is ball 4. And it is a leadoff walk for Lucas Thompson to get this top half of inning number 3 underway. Now it brings up Najee Garcia, third baseman, number 8 hitter in the order. Figuring Marshall might be seen tomorrow as part of this 4-game weekend series. A doubleheader today and a doubleheader again tomorrow at 1. I encourage you to get down here and take in the action tomorrow. Potts slowing down a bit with a runner at first, and just before he can deliver the first pitch, time is granted to Garcia, who steps out. Potts was already starting into his motion, went ahead and fired through to the plate, but the pitch does not count. Garcia awaits. Thompson is lead at first. Again, Potts taking a lot of time, and now here it comes, and the fastball is on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Thompson being held at first by Justin Smith. Thompson has those long legs. 13 steals in 15 attempts coming in. Thompson in that first game did not have a steal. Swing and a miss by Garcia. And the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. Time 4:32. I know that because you've hit my alarm like twice to turn it off, and it doesn't completely turn off. Foul ball back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes, it remains.
Still trying to figure out why you have an alarm set on your stopwatch for 4:18 every day.
I should tell you the story of why I even have that stopwatch, because I found it along a roadside, actually.
So you didn't even set the alarm for that?
No, it's been like that for years. It goes off at a certain time, which is generally 3:18 in the fall when we fall back, and 4:18 in the spring and summer when we spring forward. But the stopwatch part works great. It's the alarm that's the hard part. Hey, it stopped, and now it won't come on again. A wave and a miss at the 0-2 pitch. Najee Garcia fooled by that one, chased one that broke down and away from the right-hand batter, and already 4 strikeouts in the ballgame now for Ryan Potts. 1 away with Thompson still at first. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Matt Richards. So Richards to the plate in that number 9 spot in Game 1. Had a big RBI hit as part of that 3-run 5th inning. He went 1 for 4. Picked up his 10th run batted in on the season. Pitch to the plate, and it's a bouncer right back to the pitcher. Potts able to knock it down as it went in and out of his glove. He picks it up, looks towards third, but makes that throw to first in time to get Richards. Lucas Thompson, who was at second, advances to third base.
That's good heads-up base running by Thompson. That ball hitting hard right back up the middle. The odds of Potts going to field that cleanly were very, very slim. Was probably just going to knock it down. He realized that, immediately moved up to third. Potts checked on him, but knew he wasn't going to have a play.
2 outs and a run just 90 feet away. Back to the top of the order, Zach Santoro. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this one. Takes a pitch down low, or did he make contact?
He fouled it off just a bit.
All right, it was a foul ball. I was going to say, no real urgency by Eddie Nottingham to go get it, and eventually the umpire put the hand up to let us know it was a dead ball. So that is strike 1. Potts looks over at the runner at third, ready with that 0-1 delivery. Here it comes, fouled to the netting. Now 0-2. Ryan Potts has really worked well ahead of hitters, except for Lucas Thompson, who he walked on 5 pitches to start the inning. Otherwise, he's had only 2 other batters in which he's gone to a 2-ball count. The 0-2 delivery. The runner bluffing at third as Potts delivers, and that breaking ball just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice movement on that pitch. I thought it had the strike zone, had the plate, but apparently down low. Now that 1-2 is due. Potts again taking a lot of time, staring at the runner at third. Now comes high, hard fastball, swing and a miss. He got him second time today, and virtually the exact same pitch.
He got him chasing high fastballs up and in the zone, and Santoro, I think the higher the ball gets and the faster it's coming in. He likes him high, but just couldn't quite catch up to the fastball of Ryan Potts. And not a 1-2-3 inning, but still 10 batters have been seen over the course of 3 innings. Only 1 base runner, that's not too bad.
2 more Ks in the inning. He does give up his first walk, so through the first 3 at-bats for Notre Dame, Ryan Potts has collected 5 strikeouts. We'll go to the bottom of the third when we come back with your score, holding at Shepherd 3, Notre Dame nothing.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the Horsemen.
We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Justin Smith out of the number 3 spot in the order to get it started for Shepherd. Kenny Pearson, big left-hander on the hill, ready to go to work. And the first pitch lined foul down the first base line. Strike 1. Smith had a single his first time up. That single went out into right field. We've got time as the right fielder going to have to go track that one down. He caromed off the fencing in foul territory and ended up right along the line out near the foul pole. And so Lucas Thompson had to go over and pick it up and get the ball back in. Back to action. Pearson to the plate. Took a little something off, and Smith had a huge swing. Comes up empty.
Yeah, about a mile out in front of that pitch. Came in looking probably a changeup, looking like a fastball coming in, and Smith was really ahead on that swing.
The 0-2 delivery down low. Bounces away from Richards, the catcher. It's at a ball and 2 strikes. Eddie Nottingham and then Saeed Mahdi due next. Shepherd put 2 on the board in the first, added 1 in the second. Smith leading it off now in the bottom of the third. Oh, he takes a called strike 3 on the outside corner.
Outside off the plate about a foot is what it looked like from our angle. We are a little bit to the right, so it may not have been as far outside as it looked, but that looked well off the plate to be a called strike 3.
46 the strikeouts on the season for Pearson, his first today. And now Eddie Nottingham to the plate. Base is empty. 1 down. He reached on an RBI fielder's choice, came around to score on an error his first time up, and here he turns on this fastball, sends it right back through the box into center field for a base hit.
So with 2 at-bats, Eddie Nottingham has now seen 2 pitches. First pitch was, you mentioned, the fielder's choice ground out. That was an RBI, and then the first pitch he sees here in the third. Saw 1 pitch and drove right back up the middle.
A 1-out base runner for Saeed Mahdi. Had a single his first time up. Soft toss over by Pearson. Trying to keep Nottingham close. Mahdi has been on base every time he's been up so far in the doubleheader. Swings and pops the first pitch of the at-bat foul and out of play. First base side of the field. Count 0-1.
Mahdi's first year here at Shepherd came in as a transfer. His last year of eligibility. Transferring to play here with the Rams.
Yeah, coming in as a grad student. Pitch on the way, and he'll send this one in the air into left field. Coming in on it, he's got a beat on it, is Adam Purdy, and he'll make the play. And when it first came off the bat, you wondered, and the throw back in behind the runner at first, and they get him at first base.
And Nottingham is not too happy as he's still standing on first base. Finally is going to jog off, but that was a bang-bang play at best, and apparently Nottingham thought he beat the throw back.
Well, clearly you don't expect that throw from the left fielder to end up going all the way through towards first base as Purdy made the catch and then got it back in, but Nottingham taking a little too much time in heading back over towards first, and Notre Dame with a heads-up play will get out of the inning as the out at first will be the third out. Remember, in a case like that where the ball's in the air, the runner would have to go back and tag to try to advance. And so as he was trying to get back to first base after the catch being made, all you got to do is get the ball there first. And that's what Notre Dame did. And well, Shepherd, after a 1-out base hit, ultimately ends up going in order. We'll head to the 4th inning. After this timeout, it remains Shepherd 3, Notre Dame nothing.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
3-0. Shepherd out in front. We go to the top half of inning number 4, and in with your play-by-play, it's Matt Crawford.
First pitch off the right arm of Ryan Potts to Corey Miley. A big swing and a miss by Miley for strike 1. 3-0. The Rams have the lead here at the top of inning number 4, and another swing and a miss by Corey Miley. He's behind on the count 0-2.
I gave you the storyline. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, 2 left, 1 in scoring position through 3 for Shepherd.
Here comes that 0-2 from Potts, and that fouled off as just getting a piece of it was Miley. He will live to see another pitch.
Notre Dame, no runs, no hits. They've committed an error. They've left 1 on base and in scoring position. That was in the 3rd inning. The leadoff walk to Lucas Thompson. Got to 3rd, but was stranded there.
Again, here comes the 0-2 from Potts. A big swing and a miss, and Miley goes down on strikes.
Strikeout number 6 now for Potts. He is really rolling. Had 1 strikeout in the first, struck out 2 in the second, added 2 more in the third, and gets Miley to start the 4th.
And that is a strikeout to start each inning. All right, 3 of the 4 now.
Yeah.
Have been strikeouts. It was a walk back to start last inning in the 3rd, and Joey Pascal, a swing and a miss.
So just change your terminology to the first out of each inning. Not necessarily the first batter.
A pitch looked in a very similar location, just a bit inside will be ball 1 to today's designated hitter. Spots will take a minute and slow down after working relatively quickly through the first batter and then through 2 pitches to Pascal. This one's driven to the right side, and it's going to get into center field past the outstretched arm of Giovanni Torres. Or make that. Phillips will pick it up in center field.
You mean Brenton Doyle?
Brenton Doyle in center field. For some reason must have picked up the wrong sheet while writing things in. Got the lineups a little bit late, so Brenton Doyle getting it in center field. Knew that one looked wrong when I said it. It's Brenton Doyle bringing the ball in from center field. A 1-out base runner as Pascal stands on first.
Boy, the ball gets through the infield quick.
Yes. Haven't seen a lot of rain. At least consistent rain. We've had patches over the last couple of days, but a relatively dry infield. Short grass here today is stepping in. Is Rick Phillips. That's where the Phillips is coming from.
Wow. And that pitch just missed. You can hear it from the Ram faithful who are wondering where that pitch missed.
Count 1-0 to Rick Phillips as Potts out of the stretch, gets ready to deliver that 1-0. Takes his time. And now to deliver that one, a strike on the outside edge. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, Potts really takes his time with that runner on base. You got to be patient as a hitter and or call for time and step out.
1-1 is getting his lead off first is Pascal. Nothing to write home about. And that 1-1 from Potts, a ball sharply hit and gets past Saeed Mahdi at third base. It's going to be a single for Phillips, and now 2 runners on with 1 out here in the top of inning number 4. It nicked the glove of Saeed Mahdi on a rocket ball hit by Rick Phillips, and it nicked off the glove. I think Mahdi thought he may have caught the baseball by his reaction, and then spun around and saw that ball careening into left field for the second consecutive single.
Saeed Mahdi listed at 5'9", 185. If he was 5'10", he probably makes the catch on that one.
Absolutely.
Right? Would have been a little bit easier. Had to stick that left hand up over his head with the glove on, and got the glove on it, but just couldn't pull it in.
Saeed, the pride of Arundel High School in Gambrills, Maryland. Again, the grad student. So after not allowing a hit through 3, back-to-back singles here in the top of the 4th for Ryan Potts. A foul ball off the bat of Nick Farrell puts him behind on the count 0-1. Farrell, the left-handed batter, in game 1, had a walk and a single, would come around to score a run after the base on balls in inning number 5, really the inning for Notre Dame that allowed them to get the 3 runs after Saeed Mahdi tied it up at 3, and they would go up 6-3 and never look back. Now Potts ready to deliver that 0-1 to Farrell. That one a little high as Nottingham popped up and had the ball bounce right in front of him after it nicked his glove. Count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, neither runner has a huge lead, but Nottingham popping up quickly. That one popped up out of his mitt.
Potts now out of the stretch, comes set, and again takes his time. Playing inside the bag is Justice Smith at first. This one going to be a foul ball down the first baseline, but does stay out of play.
Yeah, Smith in front of the runner with Phillips dancing around behind him. Pascal at second base.
Possibly anticipating a bunt attempt to move both runners into scoring position with 1 out. That's not a guarantee. With no outs, probably likely to see that as Smith will now move behind the runner at first with 2 strikes. Now the odds really slim of the bunt being laid down here as that 1-2, and it's fouled off out of play over the stands on the third baseline and into a front yard somewhere.
Yeah, Coach Barker wanting Farrell out of the number 5 spot in the order to swing away. Coach Barker in his 8th year, 172 wins, now 208 losses, 2 ties, including 109 wins to 87 losses in Mountain East Conference play.
Now ready for the 0-2 again. Potts misses low and away for ball 2. So a good eye by Nick Farrell on a good at-bat, getting ready to see pitch number 6.
And Len Barker, the former Major League pitcher, pitched with Texas, Cleveland, Atlanta, and 1 year in Milwaukee.
Potts looking in for that 2-2. Again out of the stretch, and here it comes. A 2-2 driven into center field, past the outstretched arm of Trenton Bergreen, a rounding second and coming around, but will retreat back to third base. It will be Pascal moving up to second. Will be Phillips, and reaching on another single, 3 consecutive singles now for Notre Dame, is Nick Farrell.
Well, the good news for Shepherd is that line drive back up the middle was close enough to Trenton Bergreen that Pascal, who was really already past Bergreen, had to kind of look back over the shoulder and make sure that ball did not get caught, and that did not allow him to make the turn at third. Of course, it was also hit sharp enough, and Doyle got to it quick enough. It held him up there as well, so now the Rams still have a chance to get an out at any base.
Brings up Adam Purdy with the bases loaded again after retiring 11 of the first 12. It's been 3 consecutive singles for Notre Dame. The first pitch to Purdy, a breaking ball that's a strike called on the outside corner.
Well, and Purdy steps out, and you could tell by the look on his face he didn't agree with that one either. It's an equal opportunity umpiring crew. They've had some guys on both sides that have kind of shaken their head at the end.
Purdy stands in, the left-handed batter awaiting that 0-1 from Ryan Potts. Potts out of the stretch. Here's the delivery. That one, a fastball at the knees for strike 2. Not sure Purdy agreed with that one either.
Well, he was a fly-out victim to center his first time up, and with the bases loaded and just 1 out, right now he just wants to get it in play somewhere. Force that defense to make a play.
A force anywhere, including home right now with the bases loaded. 1 down here at the top of inning number 4. Shepherd holds a 3-0 lead. Here is that 0-2. A strike 3 looking on the outside corner, and Purdy retired on strikes.
2 Ks in the inning, 7 on the ball game for Potts, and boy, he put the ball right where Nottingham set up. You watch Nottingham go to that outside part of the plate, put that glove out there, and he did not have to move it, and I think that's part of what got Potts that strikeout.
Brings up Lucas Thompson in a big situation here. Bases loaded, and for Notre Dame, you'd hate to leave the bases loaded with 1 out. After 3 consecutive singles, a strikeout of Purdy. Here's that first pitch and a strike. Breaking ball in on Thompson, strike 1.
Thompson, a sophomore. One of 3 sophomores in this starting lineup for Notre Dame. Some young guys out there performing well for both teams.
Thompson, the first base runner of the game back in the 3rd for Notre Dame, reached on a walk. Ready for that 0-1, and he fouls that one off out of play down the first base line. Make that the right field line, and ball's going to roll about 500 feet. As once it hits that grass next to Miller Hall, just tends to roll for a little while. So Thompson now behind in the count 0-2 as Potts wants another baseball. Wants one with a strike in it.
It did not like that one. Didn't even send it back down towards the umpire. He sent it right to the dugout. Coach, throw this one out.
It's a batting practice ball now. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the top of inning number 4. An 0-2 count to Lucas Thompson. Potts trying to get out of a bases loaded jam.
Time taken by the batter. And I don't blame him. I mean, Potts does take a lot of time. And it seems like he's got that sign from Nottingham. Nottingham has the glove sitting there. For whatever reason, it's just that Potts going through it in his mind before releasing that pitch, I guess. And now we'll do it again.
Now we have a time in Nottingham. Going to go out and talk to Ryan Potts. And it seems like it's only with runners on base.
Right.
When he's out of the windup, it seems to be a lot quicker. Let's check in on the softball score at Sarah Cree Field right now in the top of the 5th. Shepherd all over Charleston, 8-0.
Well, now 8-1 as Charleston has just plated a run in the top of the 5th inning. So they're now going bottom of the 5th, and it's 8-1. Shepherd on top, trying to split that doubleheader on Senior Day. And for the Shepherd softball team, they're not done this weekend either. Tomorrow, they will be hosting West Virginia State.
Apparently your phone is a lot faster than my laptop because I'm still in the top of the fifth. Conference on the mound is over. 0-2, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Base is loaded. Here's that 0-2, and it's lifted into center field. That's going to drop in for a single. It's going to score run. A rounding third from second is Rick Phillips. He is going to come in to score. It's going to score 2 runs and put 2 runners in scoring position. Is in on the throw safely at second base is Lucas Thompson. Moving all the way to third is Nick Farrell, and just like that, Notre Dame is back within 1 at 3-2.
2 runs batted in for Thompson, going to lift him to 8 RBI on the season. He was 2 for 4 in game 1 and now 1 for 1 with a walk and a clutch base hit with 2 outs in this one. And again, notice where he's at in the order, Matt. Number 7. The 7, 8, and 9 guys were so good in that first game, helping to be a key part of that 3-run 5th inning that led to the win. And here they are in this one, coming through again.
Najee Garcia, the batter now for Notre Dame, takes that one low and away for ball 1. And a great piece of hitting by Thompson. Not only was he behind in the count 0-2, but had to deal with several timeouts, a mound visit. That 0-2 didn't come for about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, so a good job staying focused and driving that one into right center. Here comes that 1-0. That one a fastball, a little low and inside for ball 2.
Just down and in.
So standing on third base is Nick Farrell. Lucas Thompson standing on second after the 2 RBI single, advancing on the throw to home to second base. Now comes that 2-0. This one in for a strike, and Garcia didn't look like he had any desire to take the bat off the shoulder for that one.
I think definitely wanted to see a strike before swinging after those first 2 pitches from Potts.
Potts now comes set, ready to deliver that 2-1 pitch. Here it is, a breaking ball. That one lifted into left center field. Going back on a Doyle trip, going after it, and he is going to make the catch. And no, it bobbled in center field, so 2 runs going to come across. Looked like he came up with it and then got the signal from our field umpire that it did bounce on the ground. And again, he stumbled going to go after that baseball in left center, and if he doesn't trip up a little bit, he probably makes that catch on the run. But 2 will score just like that. Notre Dame takes the lead.
Garcia gets the double and drives in a pair, 4 runs in the inning. What an effort for Brenton Doyle out in center field. He covered a lot of territory despite that little bit of a stumble, and then on the full dive, looked like he had it in the glove, but it may have come free as he went bouncing off the ground.
Brings up the number 9 hitter in the order, Matt Richards, again with a runner in scoring position. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. So a great piece of 2-out hitting, not only by Lucas Thomas, but then Najee Garcia. Has 4 RBIs in the last 2 batters. A swing and a foul ball back to the backstop for Richards. Count even now at 1-1.
Just the 4th double on the season for Garcia. 21 hits coming into play today. 3 had gone for extra bases, those 3 doubles. And he adds the big double here.
Potts collecting himself a little to the left of the pitching rubber.
Looks like some action going on in the bullpen out beyond the left field fence for the Shepherd Rams. At least some guys beginning to stretch and move around.
That 1-1 misses inside, gets off the glove of Nottingham, and advancing to third base will be Najee Garcia. Going to go down as a pass ball, as it did pop in and out of the glove of catcher Eddie Nottingham.
Another run just 90 feet away. Shepherd took the early 3-0 lead. Never felt extremely comfortable there. Although the way Potts had thrown through the first 3 this 4th inning, it's been something that you maybe didn't see coming.
That 2-1 just a bit inside Yeah, now 3 balls, 1 strike. And, yeah, I mean, look at this day for Potts. Through 3 innings, retired 9 of the first 10. That only base runner Lucas Thompson with a walk in this inning of 5 hits. As that 3-1 misses low and away, ball 4, and another base runner on here with 2 outs. It was a strikeout to get the inning started in the 4th. Then a single by Pascal, a single by Phillips, a single by Farrell to load the bases, then a 2 RBI single by Lucas Thompson, and then a 2 RBI double by Najee Garcia. Now we're back to the top of the order, and it's Zach Santoro, the only batter not to get an appearance in this inning for Notre Dame.
And we'll get that opportunity now. 9th man to come to the plate.
If you're Shepherd, you want to get out of this without allowing any more damage. That one low and away to Santoro. Ball 1. Potts, after just pounding the strike zone, only had him at 38 pitches coming into this inning, has now struggled to find the strike zone, and when he has, Notre Dame's taken advantage. Now 5 hits in the inning and a walk. The 1-0, that one away, ball 2.
I would have that right around 32 pitches now in this half inning alone. After 38 through the first 3. Gives you an idea of the struggle this half inning has been.
You mentioned some action in the bullpen. Will be interesting to see, number 1, if Potts gets out of this inning. Not over yet. Behind Santoro 2-0, but it'll be interesting to see if he comes back out next inning. That 2-0, a strike at the knees, and a much-needed strike for Ryan Potts on the mound. Runners at first and third. At third base is Najee Garcia. First base is Matt Richards. Here comes that 2 on that one. Low in the dirt and gets away from Nottingham, and coming to the plate to score from third will be Najee Garcia for the 5th run of the inning for Notre Dame. Their lead now extended to 5-3. Standing at first base still is Matt Richards, who did not advance on the pass ball.
35 pitches now in the half inning, and yet another one in which Potts and Nottingham not quite on the same page. At least Nottingham just not able to handle the pitch.
Yeah, because Garcia moved to third base on a pass ball and then came home to score on a pass ball. Count now 3-1 to Santoro. Here's the 3-1. This is a chopper down the line. Saeed Mahdi up with it, fires over to first. Justin Smith with it for out number 3. Not a good inning for Shepherd's pitching/defense, but a good inning for Notre Dame as we will head to the bottom of inning number 4. They've taken the lead and had a 5-run inning. It's Notre Dame 5, Shepherd 3. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th. Next, this is Shepherd Ram Baseball on TV 10.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At the top of the 4th, an inning that starting pitcher Ryan Potts is going to want to forget. 5 runs come across to score on 5 hits, a walk. Did get a couple strikeouts in the inning, but Shepherd took a 3-0 lead into the top of inning number 4 with Potts retiring 10 of his first 11 and 11 of his first 12 after getting the out with the first batter in the top of the 4th, Corey Miley. And from there, it just kind of unraveled. Now 5-3 Notre Dame, as it'll be Christian Hamill set to lead it off for Shepherd here in the bottom of inning number 4. And the bats seem to come alive for them again as 2 in the bottom of the 1st. A 1 in the bottom of the second, and a 3 up, 3 down inning in the bottom of inning number 3 as Christian Hamill takes ball 1. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Took a little bit off. That did Kenny Pearson.
Notice Pearson switching up that arm angle.
Yep. Seen it a couple different times. He'll
Yep.
go from over the top and kind of comes a sidearm. That one low for ball 2. Yeah, I've noticed that a couple different times. He'll go from over the top and not a submarine, but comes across this as a sidearm pitcher. And that is dangerous if he is good. There's a 3-1, that one. 2-1, that one low, making it 3-1. So a good eye by Christian Hamill, taking a couple pitches that were relatively close to the strike zone, tough to lay off.
Yeah, they need base runners right now. Got to get this offense going.
That 3-1, a strike on the outside corner. Count now runs full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It's kind of been a quiet afternoon here. You know what I'm saying?
Very un-Shepherd-like afternoon at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch, that 3-2, and a swing and a miss as Hamill was fooled on that pitch. Not sure on what he was waiting for, but you could tell with that swing it is not what he was expecting. An off-balance swing, and he's the first out of the inning. Goes down on strikes.
2 Ks now for Pearson on the game, and he has struck out 2 of the last 4 batters that he's faced.
Nick Atkinson stepping to the plate. He had a single and come around to score on a Jared Carr RBI single back in inning number 2. Hoping for some of the same magic here in the 4th as he towers that one to the right side of the infield. Moving over is Farrell into foul territory, and he will haul it in for out number 2. So just 1 pitch will retire Nick Atkinson, and a 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 4 for Shepherd.
Just 7 pitches needed by Pearson to get out of that 3rd inning, despite giving up a single to Eddie Nottingham with 1 out in the inning. On the 2nd pitch of the at-bat, DeMonte got the fly out, and they threw in behind the runner and kind of caught Nottingham sleeping, if you will, sleepwalking maybe, going back into first base. And that inning ended quickly, and he's thrown just 7 pitches to get 2 outs now in this half inning.
The batter now, Giovanni Torres, takes ball 1 high. Torres popped out to 3rd, his first at-bat in the 2nd. Now here comes the 1-0. That one a strike on the inner 3rd, about belt high. A good pitch to take, because I would have just jammed him. Nothing you can do there. So good take, but now the count even at 1-1. Here comes that 1-1. That the sidearm throw from Pearson. Misses outside, ball 2. And not sure what pitch it is, or if he's just changing depending on what the count is. Is that 2-1 misses low and inside, ball 3, but it doesn't seem to be a particular pitch in which he's changing up that arm angle. Now behind on the count, 3-1. Here comes the left-hander with that 3-1. This one lifted to the left side of the infield, a towering fly ball. Santoro over along with Garcia. It'll be Garcia hauling in as both put their gloves up as if they were going to catch it. The 3rd baseman, Najee Garcia, will bring it down, and just like that, the side is retired for Shepherd. It'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Rams, and we'll go to the top of inning number 5. It is Notre Dame leading Shepherd 5-3.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Top of inning number 5, it's Notre Dame 5, Shepherd 3. A 5-run 4th inning for the Falcons, courtesy of 4 singles, a double, and a walk. It was a 2 RBI single for Lucas Thompson, scoring Joe Pascal and Rick Phillips. Then Farrell and Thompson scoring on a 2 RBI double for Najee Garcia. It'll be Corey Miley leading it off for Notre Dame for the second inning in a row. Led it off in the fourth as 9 came to the plate as Miley will foul this one off behind home plate and out of play. 4 strike 1.
Yeah, he led it off with a strikeout, and we got into that conversation about the first out of each of the first 4 innings coming via the strikeout and how well Potts was throwing, and then it all went south from there.
That 0-1 high and inside as Miley leans out of the way. Count now even at 1-1, and yeah, it was 11 of the first 12 batters had been retired, and then it all went to hell in a handbasket.
Check in on that softball score in a moment.
Here comes that 1-1, a dribbler foul down the third base line and out of play.
Shepherd softball hosting the University of Charleston, game 2 of their doubleheader. And Shepherd has added a run, batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now lead it 9-1. It has gone final 9-1. Thank you. Chip Ransom, Sports Information Director, giving us that information.
That 1-2, an off-speed pitch on the outside edge and called strike 3 on Miley. He'll go down on strikes for the second inning in a row to lead it off.
There you go. That's what we're looking for. Strikeouts again from Ryan Potts.
Let's hope it's not a same result as last inning. As again led off with a strikeout and was followed by 3 consecutive singles. The first pitch to Pascal in for strike 1. Potts working quickly, delivering that 0-1. That one a little too far inside for ball 1.
Shepherd softball with the 9-1 win, splitting the doubleheader today against Charleston, improving to 35-13, now 22-8 in the conference.
That 1-1, a check swing and went around, says our field umpire. So Pascal now behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Was not called a strike at the plate. There was an appeal down to our field umpire and said the Pascal did go around the 1-2. Misses low and away for ball 2.
I'm hoping that Potts gets back to what we saw through those first 3 innings.
Potts now out of the windup with that 2-2. Here it is, and a breaking ball that just able to get a piece of is Pascal, and he'll fight it off to live to see that 2-2 all over again.
Pitch was up a little bit, though. The location was pretty good where all you could do was fight it off, but you leave one out in the middle of the plate at that height, and it's going to get hit hard somewhere.
And it did get hit hard, just right into the fence of the Shepherd Ram dugout. So Potts again with the 2-2. Here comes that delivery, a check swing, and called strike 3 at the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts to get the inning started for Ryan Potts, and that's the start he needed in this inning.
Absolutely, 2 Ks, and both of them looking.
Yeah, a called strike 3 at the plate. It was a check swing by Pascal. Whether he went around or not does not matter. It was a call at the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts, and 2 up, 2 down is the first pitch that Phillips sees as a ground ball to shortstop. Bergreen up with it over to Justin Smith for out number 3. That is the inning that Ryan Potts needed. It was quick. It was efficient. He went 1, 2, 3, and we'll head to the top of inning number 6 with Notre Dame leading Shepherd 5-3. This is Shepherd Ram Baseball on TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
We'll head to the bottom of inning number 5. It is Notre Dame 5, Shepherd 3. A good 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Potts, a much-needed 1-2-3 inning after the fourth really got away from him. And we'll see if the bats can come alive after it was a 1-2-3 inning at the plate for the Rams in the bottom of the fourth. Leading it off will be Trenton Bergreen. He was a ground-out victim back in the second inning. Bergreen in game one went 1 for 4. Had a RBI single. We'll see if he can get some of that bat magic working here. First pitch is fouled off and held on to at the plate by Matt Richards for strike 1.
Yeah, the bats going south these last couple of games. You know, you would expect a tight ball game and maybe some tough scoring at Millersville, who's right up there ranked second in the region.
That 0-1 misses off the plate for ball 1. Again, that sidearm action from Kenny Pearson, who we've seen a couple of different arm angles. That one more of the sidearm, this one more of the over the top, and that one misses inside ball 2.
I think that might be ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. I had an extra ball marked on my sheet.
All right, we'll
as
call
you
it
were saying,
3-1.
2-1. They have 3-1 on the scoreboard as well.
Here comes that 3-1. It is lifted out of play behind home plate over our press box location. So the count now running full, 3-2.
You look at their scoring, though, prior to the 3-1 loss at Millersville earlier in the week. They had put double digits on the board in 3 of 4 games against West Liberty.
That 3-2 pitch, a good backhanded stab by Zach Santoro at short, but once again just does not have the arm to make that deep throw in the hole, but a good job just keeping it in front of him. Reaching on the infield single is going to be Trenton Bergreen.
That's a pretty good effort just to get to that baseball, as deep in the hole as he was at short. Santoro showing some range.
And Santoro dropping to a knee after he made that throw and just kind of tossing his glove up in the air like, yeah, I don't have that arm, but I'm getting there. I just don't have the arm to get it all the way over to first yet. That brings us up to the top of the order in Jared Carr as he takes strike 1 off the plate.
Mentioned the scoring for Shepherd. You go back really to 10-3 win at Wheeling Jesuit, and after that 17-2, 12-5 over West Liberty.
That 0-1 away out in front of it was Jared Carr, fanned on the 0-1. Now the count 0-2.
Then a tight 6-5 victory before beating West Liberty 13-1 to sweep that 4-game set. So, you know, a lot of double-digit scoring. And then all of a sudden, these last couple of games, the bat's just not going the way Shepherd wants them to.
Pearson missed off the plate with that 0-2. The count now a 1 ball, 2 strikes as Bergreen getting a decent lead off first base for a left-handed pitcher, and I think Pearson realized that and now checks back over to first. Bergreen's safe on the dive back in.
You look at their 3 conference losses. Shepherd falling 4-3 at Charleston and 3-2 at West Virginia State.
That 1-2 sharply ball down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Moving from first to third will be Trenton Bergreen, and moving to second with a stand-up double is Jared Carr. So a good way to start this inning. No outs, and now 2 runners in scoring position on a double down the right field line by Jared Carr.
Carr now 3 for 3 in this one. A couple of singles, a run batted in, and now he adds the double. And, Shepherd's getting that offense going. 14th double on the season for Carr.
And this is an opportunity for Brenton Doyle to get out of the slump he's been in so far in this series. Now combined 0 for 6 through the first 2 games. Here comes that first pitch, a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. Doyle coming into today's game a 400 hitter. And again, 0 for his first 6 in his first 6 appearances against Notre Dame. Here comes that 1-0, a hearty cut that's going to go foul just left of that third base bag. Can now even 1-1.
We're talking about the Rams only with 4 losses now in conference play. We mentioned a couple of low-scoring losses at Charleston and at West Virginia State. The other loss was 8-7 at Urbana University back on April 6th. The only 3 conference losses before losing the opener of this doubleheader today, 6-3.
1-1 pitch to Doyle. That one misses off the plate a little bit. Make the count 2-1. Pearson is trying to live on that outer edge. The lefty trying to work outside the righties and inside the lefties. As he's now ready for that 2-1, a foul ball and another big cut by Brenton Doyle.
Yeah, that's a good sign, though. That one came straight back, meaning he just got the barrel underneath of it a little bit. But he was on it timing-wise as that one came into the netting.
Count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kenny Pearson looks in, gets his sign, and comes set. Now ready with it. Here's that 2-2 and lifted into left center. Moving over is Purdy. He will make the catch. Tagging up at third base and moving in will be Trenton Bergreen, and getting back to second, luckily, is Jared Carr. Carr had basically made it all the way to third base and had to throw the brakes on and then sprint back to second. Does get in there safely. Bergreen scores from third. Oh, it's going to go down as a long sacrifice fly to left field, and I'm sure off the bat Brenton Doyle thought, okay, I'm out of the slump now, but a good job by Adam Purdy in left field.
36 runs batted in on the year now for Doyle on the sacrifice L7. I called that a line out. He hit that one hard. What a play by the left fielder to be able to range over and get it. And what a play by Carr to just get back at second base.
So still in scoring position is Jared Carr. Brings up the lefty Justin Smith. Smith waiting as Pearson comes set. Now a ball hit down the line, but foul down the first base line off the bat of Justin Smith, 0-1.
Smith had to hit his first time up, so he's 1 for 2 here in game 2 of our doubleheader.
Smith in game number 1 went 1 for 3, also reached on a base on balls. A swing and a ball hit foul right at the plate, now behind on the count 0-2.
A big run at second base, tying run with just 1 out. You'd like to get that run in. Of course, you'd like to get even more as the Rams try to mount a little bit of a rally after they had an early 3-0 lead, erased by a 5-run fourth for Notre Dame. They've cut it to 5-4. With this part of the order up, you want to get that tying run in.
Here comes that 0-2, a breaking ball inside in the dirt. A good block by Matt Richards sliding over to keep it in front of him for ball 1. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. To our batter, Justin Smith, the first baseman here in game number 2. Smith played left field in game 1. Pearson checks back at second. Now that 1-2, it's a dribbler off the bat, and checking back to second is Jared Carr, and now a throw over to first, and it's going to go down as a 1-3. Pearson over to Farrell for out number 2. Little cue ball off the end of the bat that went right back to Pearson, and I thought off the bat Carr was dead to rights.
And I think he was. I'm just assuming that Pearson felt like, rather than getting into that rundown where you might make a mistake, let's just look him back and then make sure you get the out at first, because otherwise I think if he turns and goes right at Carr, you're going to get him in the rundown.
Eddie Nottingham now steps in, the righty catching here in game number 2. First pitch to him, a foul ball right off the end of the bat. It'll go back to the backstop and bounce back for strike 1. Nottingham has now seen 3 pitches. This is third at bat, and the first time he has not put a ball in play with the first pitch he's seen.
I was going to say, he's taking a hack at every one of them.
So now we'll step back into the batter's box for the first time in this game, and here comes that 0-1. Takes that one low and away for ball 1.
I need to come up with a clutch 2-out hit here.
Standing at second base is Jared Carr. He had the double earlier this inning. Now a ball hit down the third base line with the bat of Nottingham. Garcia with it over to first. A good pick by Nick Farrell at first base, and that will end the inning. The Rams get 1 run back, but we will go to inning number 6. The Rams still trail Notre Dame 5-4. It's Shepherd Ram Baseball on TV 10.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Ryan Potts coming back out for his 6th inning on the mound. Other than inning number 4, been a relatively good day for the Shepherd Ace. But that 4th inning is the reason that Notre Dame now holds a 1-run lead at 5-4. Shepherd did get one back in the bottom of inning number 5. A sacrifice fly from Brenton Doyle scored Trenton Berggren, who led off the inning with a single. Leading it off will be Nick Farrell for Notre Dame here in the top of inning number 6.
Matt, the Rams looking for win number 20 in Mountain East Conference play. If they can continue their rally and get the win in this one, they would try to match the University of Charleston, who leads the South Division of the Mountain East Conference standings at 28-14 overall, but they are 20-4 in Mountain East Conference play. The Rams, if they could rally in this one, would match that total. Of course, haven't seen what the University of Charleston has done so far on this weekend.
Potts working quickly to Farrell now. The first pitch in for strike 1 on the off-speed pitch. Took about 5 steps behind the mound, then quickly just came up into the windup again, quickly out of the windup with that 0-1. That one misses low, ball 1.
And you look back to last year, and it was Charleston who ended up getting the better of Shepherd, 10-7 in the conference tournament championship game. After Shepherd had won a game prior, and it looked like the Rams might be ready to wrap up that championship.
Farrell takes that 1-1 to left field. It's going to bounce in front of Nick Atkinson for a leadoff single. It's on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. Farrell a little late on the off-speed pitch, but is able to flare it off the end of the bat to drop in front of Nick Atkinson in left field for a single.
First hit outside of the 4th inning. 5 runs had come on 5 hits in that 4th inning. They did not have a hit through the first 3, did not collect a hit going in order in the 5th. They now get Farrell on to start this 6th inning.
Now only the second leadoff batter to get on. It was a walk to Lucas Thompson back in the 3rd. And squaring around the bunt will be Adam Purdy as he fouls that one off the plate, and it goes in the netting behind home plate for the first strike of the at-bat.
And playing for the run in this situation, up by 1. You're talking about being late in the game, top half of the 6th inning, so each team with 6 outs remaining. Try to punch that run across and stretch the lead out a little more.
See if Purdy squares around again. He does just that. Here is the pitch, and he will pull back for strike 2 as the ball did catch the outside corner, but Purdy had already pulled back. Charging in from 3rd was Saeed Mahdi. And now we'll see if on the 0-2 Purdy still has the green light to lay that bunt down, or whether he will be swinging away.
He had a tough at-bat back in the 4th inning. Went down on strikes on just 3 pitches.
Here comes that 0-2. He will be swinging away as he takes ball 1 just off the plate.
And that was exactly where Potts went after him and got him in that 4th inning.
Very similar location, but not quite the same result, and much to the dismay of Ryan Potts. He'll now deliver that 1-2. And the ball hit to the left side into the gap between 3rd and short. And Adam Purdy will be on with a single, so back-to-back singles to start the top of the 6th inning.
Well, he had to be expecting a pitch out there after the prior delivery had gone to that outside edge. Nottingham set up out there, so if Purdy even could get a little glance behind him there waiting on that pitch, he had to have an idea. Nice job to take it the other way.
See some heads down in the bullpen, but don't necessarily see anybody warming up as Nottingham steps out in front of home plate, barking out defensive signals. Playing inside the base paths are first baseman Justin Smith and third baseman Saeed Mahdi. Would expect a bunt attempt from Lucas Thompson in this at-bat. Try to move both runners into scoring position. Right now, no outs in the inning. Notre Dame clinging on to a 5-4 lead. There's that bunt attempt, and attempted to push the bunt down the first base line, but missed the ball completely for strike one.
Thompson had a 2 RBI single and came around to score as part of that 5-run fourth inning. Drew a walk prior to that, so he's had a good game, been on base, put the ball in play. He's frustrated with himself, you can tell, as he steps back in. I'm sure we'll try to lay that bunt down again, advance the 2 runners for Garcia and Richards due next. Again, bottom part of the order, a key part of the damage in that fourth inning.
Now ready for that 0-1 again. A bunt attempt drawn back, and that ball misses the strike zone outside for ball one. So a good eye by Lucas Thompson, understanding that was going to be out of the strike zone and pulling back to keep that bunt opportunity alive and well.
Yeah, a little up and away.
Again, Potts trying to flirt the edge of the strike zone, as that is a tough place to try to put a bunt down when you're trying to judge a fastball that is off the outside part of the plate. A check back to second base, and back in safe is Farrell. Nobody even covering, just working Farrell back, trying to see if he can catch him. Inching to third. Nottingham does step back in front of home plate and bark out some defensive signals again. Runners at first and second, 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs to Lucas Thompson. Here in the top of inning number 6, Notre Dame has a 5-4 lead. Here comes that 1-1, but another check back to second.
That had Justin Smith coming towards the plate, the first baseman for the Rams, as soon as the first movement came from Ryan Potts. So Smith was not aware there might be a look back towards second. This is an important half inning. I mean, Shepard worked hard to get a run in that 5th inning and left that tying run at second. You hate to go into this top of the 6th and turn around and give up a run.
That bunt attempt pulled back, and that ball misses low for ball 2. So it took about a minute and a half to get the 1-1 pitch, and it misses low.
And the Rams sending Mahdi down the line at third. It's the shortstop, Bergreen, was racing over to cover third base.
The same was being done at first base as well. You saw the double wheel, so no play was going to be made at second base. But they wanted to make sure each corner was in on the bunt. Check back to second base, and a good job by Torres.
You know, it's a good pickoff because you went right back into that wheel play where the shortstop begins to sprint towards third. The runner has to know that's going on behind him. And as that's going on and he's expecting that pitch to come through to the plate, then Torres from second kind of sneaks over, and then Potts turns and makes the throw back.
Now that 2-1, there's the bunt attempt. It's bunted right in front of home plate, but it touches our batter. So the batter will be out at the plate. Lucas Thompson will be out. There was a throw down to second.
It's a dead ball. They'll send both runners back. Yep, they'll send both runners back. It was a dead ball as a result of the batter being touched by the ball in the field of play coming out of that batter's box. If you're still in the batter's box and it touches you, it would be a foul ball. But in this case, that ball clearly out in front of the plate and the batter clearly completely out of the box, making his way towards first when the ball touched him.
It was a good bunt right in front of the plate, but unfortunately had a little too much spin on it. And kicked to the right as it hit the ground, right in the path of Lucas Thompson. So the first out of the inning, and runners will stay on first and second. That'll bring up Najee Garcia. Garcia, a 2 RBI double back in the fourth. As the first pitch, Garcia bounces in front of Nottingham, but gets past him, and the runners will advance. So now not a whole lot of difference of whether that bunt was laid down or not.
Either way, you end up with a wild pitch that moves them up. Garcia had that big hit his last time up. Would love to come up with another one here. Potts trying to find a way to keep the Falcons off the board and keep this deficit at just a run. Shepard with 6 outs remaining at the plate. Of the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up in the bottom of this 6th inning.
Right-handed Garcia steps in, the infield playing in as the 1-0 bounce fouled on the third base line. Cano even at 1-1, so there will be a play at the plate if there's a ground ball. As Torres and Bergreen play in the middle since there's no runner on first. Can't play that double play depth, as are the corners playing in.
The right call. You got to cut down that run at the plate if you get that opportunity.
Here comes that 1-1. That low and in the dirt. A good backhanded stab by Nottingham to keep it in front of him. Ball gets back to the backstop. Most certainly going to be a run. So Nottingham's got to do what he can to keep the balls in front of him. It's not been the easiest thing for him to do today.
Potts has thrown a number of them in the dirt.
Yep.
Trying to keep the ball down.
Potts comes set in that stretch for the 2-1. Here it is. That one lifted, a foul out of play over the first base dugout. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a big pitch upcoming with 1 down and 2 strikes on the batter, Garcia. Matt Richards stands on deck as the number 9 batter.
Got Potts at 9 strikeouts. Number 10 would be big if he could get it here.
Here comes a 2-2, and there it is, a strikeout. It was deflected at the plate, but held on to by Eddie Nottingham for a big out, number 2, and a big strikeout for Ryan Potts. Now 2 down in the inning, bringing Matt Richards to the plate, and what is a big at-bat for Richards. If you're Notre Dame, you would love to get a run here in this inning, and are really going to kick yourself if you can't get one across in this inning. But what an inning this would be for Ryan Potts if he could get out of this jam and give his team an opportunity to come back and tie it in the bottom of inning number 6.
Yeah, as big as that out was, you can't relax now, though. You still got to go after Richards.
The first pitch to Richards is lifted behind home plate, and I believe it's going to get out of play as Nottingham almost makes the catch. It did barely stay in. Nottingham reached up, and that ball could not have been more than about 1.5 inches or 2 in front of the screen behind home plate, but Nottingham leaning over just a little bit on the lip that is on the backstop, just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, tremendous effort, because here at Fairfax Field you don't get that opportunity very often. Not a lot of foul territory right in behind home plate. Got the glove on it, but just couldn't bring it in, crashing against the backstop and the netting that's there.
So Potts now again out of the stretch. Here is that 0-1. That one, a fastball high for ball 1. A lot of zip on that fastball, just not the place he wanted it to end up.
And we would have Potts up over 100 pitches now, as he was around 85 coming into this inning.
Richards a base on balls back in inning number 4. Also a ground out to the pitcher as he swings and misses through the 1-1. Now behind on the count 1-2, and a huge pitch coming up, the biggest pitch of this game so far for the Rams.
Yeah, this could be a momentum changer right here.
Down by 1, 5-4 in the top of inning number 6. The 1-2 count, 2 outs to Richards, and here is that pitch, and it catches the outside corner for strike 3 looking. Richards goes down on strikes and back-to-back strikeouts to get outs number 2 and 3 in a good battle back inning for Ryan Potts. After the first 2 batters had gotten on, it looked like it was going to be a big inning for Notre Dame. Shepard gets out of it without giving up a run. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 6. It's Notre Dame 5, Shepard 4. This is Shepard Ram Baseball on TV 10.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
You literally literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
It'll be Saeed Mahdi leading it off for Shepherd here in the bottom of inning number 6. A 1-run deficit to crawl out of. They did shorten that deficit by 1 in the bottom of the 5th, plating a run on the sacrifice fly by Brenton Doyle, scoring a Trenton Bergreen. Saeed Mahdi would love to get his second home run of this series here, but right now they just need base runners. Mahdi on the day, a single back in inning number 1 as he pops this one out of play down the third base line. Gets over the bleachers. And Mahdi will step back in, down the count. No balls, 1 strike.
Second pop-up to send some spectators scattering just a little bit.
I'd love to see some of these people at a Major League Baseball game. And you got one flying at you that you can't move away from. You got to play it. Here comes that 0-1 for Mahdi. This one lifted into left field, moving back onto this Purdy, and he will make the catch in the shadows in left field as the sun going down, and the shadows now coming across left and center field. Purdy able to bring it in for out number 1.
Came out off the end of the bat. You could see it as he had that big swing, and Purdy played it well. Could have barreled that one up, had a chance, but out off the end of the bat, just couldn't get enough on it.
You know, ended up about 20 feet short, hitting it off the end of the bat. If the barrel gets it, who knows? And Christian Hamill takes ball 1 outside. The number 6 batter in the lineup, the designated hitter here in game number 2. It's behind the plate in game 1. That 1-0 high and inside, ball 2.
These two teams go at it again tomorrow, closing out the 4-game set with a doubleheader. First pitch tomorrow at 1.
That 2-0 low for ball 3 at the shins. Now you think Hamill's probably taken the entire way here on the 3-0. See if Pearson gives him the old automatic, and there's that fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Two teams will wrap up the regular season next weekend with teams in close proximity, 2 at home, then 2 on the road.
Here comes that 3-1, fouled off down the first base line and out of play. Out of Fairfax Field, so now the count runs full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Shepherd will play at Fairmont State on Friday, then take Saturday off and have Fairmont State come here to close out the regular season next Sunday.
The 3-2 off the end of the bat to Corey Miley at second, toss over to first. Farrell hauls it in for out number 2, so not the way that the Rams wanted to start the bottom of inning number 6. 2 up, 2 down.
Now you're hoping to make a little noise, you know. I mean, you get the back-to-back strikeouts from Potts to end the top of the 6th inning, strand 2 insurance runs in scoring possession. You wanted that to carry some momentum into this bottom of the 6th inning, but so far it hasn't worked out that way with the first 2 retired.
Swing and a miss by Nick Atkinson. Hoping to find some life with 2 outs here are the Shepherd Rams. Pearson working quickly, ready with that 0-1. This one lifted up into right field. Right center coming over is center fielder Rick Phillips, and he will make the play, and it's 3 up, 3 down on the bottom of the 6th for Shepherd. We'll head to the 7th inning and the final inning here of Game 2 of the doubleheader. When we come back, it's Notre Dame 5, Shepherd 4. This is Shepherd Ram Baseball on TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Final inning of play here. As we are in the top of the 7th inning, it's Notre Dame 5, Shepherd 4 to take you through the 7th inning. Kick it back over to Matt Miller.
Thank you, Matt Crawford. John Alderton on the camera today for our TV10 coverage. Caleb Falero, our engineer, back at the studio. Looks like perhaps next Sunday for the final Ram doubleheader of the regular season, hosting Fairmont State. 1 o'clock and 3:30. John will be on camera, and I'll be joined by Gary Geffords here in the box as we look to bring you a little more Rams baseball. Finally getting our chance to get out here at the end of what's been a long season. Here we go with the top of the order for Notre Dame, trying to add an insurance run right now out in front, 5-4. Still out on the hill for the Rams, Ryan Potts. First pitch fastball fouled straight back for strike 1. Zach Santoro up for a 4th time. Has gone down on strikes twice, both times swinging. Last time up, grounded out to 3rd. Potts ready, pitch to the plate, hit in the air, center field. Moving back on it is Doyle. He's there, a few steps in front of the warning track for out number 1. So on 2 pitches, Zach Santoro flies out to deep center. 1 away, base is empty. Brings up Corey Miley, second baseman, number 2 hitter in the order, 0 for 3. Looking for his first hit here in the nightcap, and, well, his first hit of the day. So he is officially 0 for 7 on this doubleheader. Choking up on the bat, he swings and sends this one on a high bounce to Saeed Mahdi, and the third baseman throws wide of the bag in foul territory. Justin Smith lunges out, catches it, and then gets his foot back to the bag in time to get Miley.
That is the most dramatic 5-3 you will ever write down in your scorebook. The high throw from Saeed Mahdi, a great backhanded stab, turning and jumping in the air by Justin Smith, and is somehow able to get his balance and reach over and beat the runner by about a half a step.
Yeah, nice play at first by Smith, and now Joe Pascal to the plate takes ball 1. He is 1 for 3. Singled in the 4th inning, sandwiched that in between a ground out to short in the 1st and a strikeout looking in the 5th. Takes here, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So Potts just an out away from getting his team to the plate for the final at bat, and a chance for, well, a tie or maybe a walk-off win. Pascal will take, and the pitch down and away for ball 3. Shepherd will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. So you get a base runner or 2, and they'll have just the guys at the plate they want. Pascal got the green light on the 3-0. Hit a little cue ball off the end of the bat, foul over towards the on-deck circle, first base side. That's where Notre Dame is located. 3-1 from Potts. Here it comes. Works just down low and away, ball 4. Now that outside edge has been called by both umpires behind the plate in this one, but that one just a bit low. So the 2 out base on balls will bring up Rick Phillips. 3rd walk allowed by Potts to go along with 11 strikeouts. He has been outstanding except for just that bump in the road in the 5-run 4th inning. Pitch to Rick Phillips, a fastball for strike 1.
And one thing we can say about the first day of the series is through the first 2 games, we've seen very good pitching. haven't seen both coaches go to the bullpen an awful lot, 2 apiece in that first game.
Swing and a soft liner past the first baseman Smith. That one out into right field, making his turn. Pascal will hold at second. Phillips is aboard with the base hit. That'll put runners at first and second. 8 hits now for Notre Dame. 5 runs, 8 hits. They've committed 1 error so far, leaving 4 on base and 3 in scoring position. Shepherd has their 4 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They've left 3-2 in scoring position. And after that base hit, Patrick Smith out to the mound. So it doesn't look like we'll have a pitching change, but a conversation, as it looks like the infield all going to come together now as well. We will have that change made. So Patrick Smith calling for the reliever as opposed to the head coach Matt McCarty going out. So we will have a new pitcher taking over for Ryan Potts, trying to hold on to what right now is just a 1-run deficit with 2 outs and 2 on, an insurance run in scoring position out at second base. You don't want that run to score. Want to keep it at just the 1-run lead for Notre Dame when Shepherd comes to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. That is Brandon Cook, a 6'1" freshman out of St. Mary's High School in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Brandon Cook going into his warm-up tosses. As he does, let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back and get back to action in the top of the 7th inning, and Shepherd trailing 5-4.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Brandon Cook taking over for Ryan Potts, who goes 6 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits, 11 strikeouts, 3 walks. He exits with runners at first and second, and Zarek Simkovich has been inserted as a pinch runner out at second base, so a little more speed on the base paths as Nick Farrell stands in and takes ball 1 just off that outside edge. Cook looking back at the shortstop, Trenton Bergreen, and now peers in at his catcher, Eddie Nottingham, and gets ready with that 1-0 delivery. Here it comes, and it's a pop-up. Foul territory, first base side. Is it going to get back out of play? Yes, it will. Count now at 1 ball and 1 strike for Brandon Cook. He's making his 8th appearance on the season. No wins, no losses. The ERA at 3.68. He's worked 7 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, 3 earned on 9 hits. 10 strikeouts to just 1 walk. You like that. Throws, strikes. Count at 1-1 to Nick Farrell, who is 2 for 3, a couple of singles. Batting with 2 outs, runners at first and second. 5-4, Notre Dame with the lead. We're in the top of the 7th, final inning of regulation. Here's a pitch, fastball on the inside corner for a called strike.
Fastball's got a little zip to it for just a freshman.
Great location there as well. Now a strike away from getting his team to the bat. The runners with their leads. Smith plays behind the runner at first. And now that 1-2 pitch due. Cook looks back towards second, comes with an off-speed pitch, grounded towards the second baseman. Torres has it, straightens up and makes that throw to Smith at first, and Farrell bounces out 4-3. Brandon Cook does his job, coming in facing one batter, gets the ground ball out to end the inning, and now Shepherd, down by a run, will have one more chance at the plate with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due. Going to the bottom of the 7th here at Fairfax Field after this timeout, with Notre Dame leading Shepherd 5-4.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
Now, last chance for Shepherd, and they'll face Todd Marshall, who picked up his 5th save on the season in Game 1. He pitched 1 inning, did not allow a run or a hit, did walk a batter, but also struck out a batter, helping Notre Dame to the 6-3 win in Game 1. And now head coach Len Barker calls on him to try to close it out for Kenny Pearson, with Notre Dame leading right now 5-4. Giovanni Torres to get things started, but hang on, who do we got at the plate? Pinch hitter, yep. Is that 3? So Eric Sloper is the batter for the Rams. First pitch to him was a strike. The next one has missed. So a pinch hitter to get it started out of the number 8 spot for Shepherd. Junior, listed as an infielder on the roster. The right-hand batter will take this pitch. That is a strike. So the count moves now to 1-2 to the 5'9", 185-pound junior, Eric Sloper. Sloper swinging at that 1-2, fouls it back out of play to stay alive. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Look at some numbers on Sloper. 7 hits in 39 at-bats. That's a 179 average. No homers, 5 driven in. Swings and fouls this one straight back. It holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's also drawn 8 base on balls for a .353 on-base percentage. Trenton Bergreen due next, then the top of the order, and Jared Carr. The Rams trying to mount a rally and at least split this doubleheader on the opening day of this 4-game weekend to set a doubleheader again tomorrow. We mentioned what the Rams have next weekend. Let's tell you what Notre Dame has in store. First, a 1-2 pitch again, popped foul and back out of play over our heads. 3 straight foul balls with 2 strikes on him as Sloper staying alive at the plate. Next Friday, it'll be Notre Dame playing at Urbana. They're off Saturday, and then host Urbana on Sunday. Good piece of hitting by Sloper, fooled by the pitch. He just gets the bat out on it off the outside corner, taps it foul in behind the plate.
Not going down without a fight. Now 4 foul balls in this at bat. This is going to be pitch number 8.
Here comes that pitch, and it again is fouled straight back and out of play.
Make that 5 foul balls this at bat.
And let's see a 9th pitch in the at-bat, and that's good. Make Marshall work. He's already been on the hill once today. Here comes that 1-2, and it's a cue ball off the end of the bat. That was a breaking pitch that, again, Sloper stayed back on, able to get the barrel on it, and fouled it towards the dugout first base side.
Taking advantage of this pinch hitting opportunity.
10th pitch of the at-bat coming. That 1-2 on the way, and it misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's got to be such a tough pitch to lay off. You fouled off that many pitches, you're in that mindset. You get in that rhythm. You have to still be able to figure out whether it's in or out of the strike zone.
And now that 2-2 pops straight up the elevator shaft. Looks like a play for Richards. The catcher is there, and he's got it in behind the plate for out number 1. Well, he made him work, 12 pitches on the at-bats? But ultimately, the pop out in foul territory right behind home plate for out number 1, and it brings up Trenton Bergreen. 1 down, bases empty. Shepherd in need of a run. Down to their final 2 outs, trailing 5-4.
Bergreen a single back in the 5th.
Pitch to the plate, good fastball. Bergreen laid on it, a swing and a miss for strike 1. And by the way, it was 11, not 12 pitches to Sloper. An 11-pitch at bat. 0-1 on the way. That one fouled us straight back into the netting. No balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The ball put in play, and then 6 foul balls.
Yeah, great battle. But ultimately, it's won by Marshall. He's ahead 0-2 to Bergreen. That 0-2 pitch missing inside for ball 1. Bergreen, by the way, an infield single his last time up in the 5th inning. Came around to score in that 5th. Before that, had a bounce out to 3rd in the 2nd inning, so 1 for 2. His 3rd at bat of the game in a key situation. The 1-2 due. Marshall from the windup. Here it comes, and it's popped up into shallow right field. Not even going to get to the outfield as Corey Miley, the second baseman, about 2 steps in from the fringe of that outfield grass, makes the catch on the dirt for out number 2. Boy, initially when it came off the bat, I thought it had more carry to it. It did not. And now with 2 away, back to the top of the order, and Jared Carr.
There's a guy you wanted up. It's going to be Jared Carr. 2 singles on the day and a double. Has also driven in and scored a run.
Got to find a way to get on here. Carr was 2 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader as well. Checks up his swing at a pitch that misses up and away. Carr trying to find a way to get on and keep this one going. This pitch, a fastball, misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases empty with 2 down. Bottom of the 7th inning. Brenton Doyle due next. Here comes the pitch. Off that inside corner again. It's 3-0. Well, Doyle had that sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. That was that ball he crushed into the gap in left center, where it was a great catch by Adam Purdy, the left fielder, to run it down. So he is due, waiting in the on-deck circle, as Marshall comes back with a 3-0 pitch right down the middle, now 3-1 to Carr. Righty versus lefty, and the left-hand batter, Carr, fights off this pitch, a little in on his hands. He fouls it to the screen, and it's a full count, 3-2.
Well, he put everything he had into that swing. You could just tell the way that his shoulders and head jerked around coming through the zone, that he was trying to tie it up on one swing, or at least drive something hard somewhere.
And now that 3-2 pitch, and it is down low, inside, ball 4. Carr shows a great eye to give the Rams a 2-out base runner for Brenton Doyle.
That is a good eye now. That is way too close of a pitch to leave at this point in the game. You have 2 strikes on you. It's a full count. You're down to your last strike, your last out in your last inning, and you're leaving a ball that is an inch below the knee.
10th walk of the season for Carr. He is aboard for Brenton Doyle, who will take a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1.
Doyle's got to get a hit here, right? He's
due. Yeah.
There's no way he goes 0 for 8 on it in an entire Saturday series.
He awaits that 0-1 delivery. Here it comes, and that fastball is a bit up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. He had Doyle 0 for 4 in game 1, 0 for 2 here in game 2. Don't forget the sacrifice.
No way he doesn't reach base 8 times.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes. Lifted foul and back out of play over top of the first base dugout. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Marshall a pitch away from picking up a pair of saves on the day. The Falcons out away from taking the first 2 in this 4-game weekend set. 1-2 delivery, low and outside, bounces away from the catcher. That'll be a wild pitch, advancing Carr into scoring position at second base. Count moving to 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Doyle. Boy, all Doyle's got to do is find a hole somewhere, and we may potentially have a tie ball game. That wild pitch could be very costly.
And Jared Carr will be moving on the ting of the bat. With 2 outs, he'll be moving, won't have to look back, won't have to find where the ball is, just go.
The 2-2 fastball high and outside, and it's gone full 3-2. Justin Smith in the on-deck circle. The Rams down by a run with 2 outs, have a runner in scoring position at second, bottom half of the 7th inning. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1 taken by Notre Dame 6-3. Shepherd trying to mount a rally and at least split. Marshall took his time, stepped off the pitching rubber, and now the 3-2 due to Brenton Doyle. Here comes that payoff pitch, fastball high and away, and that is ball 4. Back-to-back 2-out walks. Shepherd has runners at first and second for Justin Smith.
Well, not only was it back-to-back 2-out walks, but it was back-to-back 2-out walks where the count had run full. So you got a couple of batters in the position you want them in, and you just can't get that last pitch that matters.
Justin Smith, the senior, the first baseman, the left-hand batter, gets out of the way of a pitch, then misses inside for ball 1. Smith had a hit in 3 trips to the plate in game 1. Leads this team with 10 home runs and 51 runs driven in. Swings and sends a towering pop-up on the right side of the infield. Drifting into foul territory is the third baseman, and Garcia pulls it in, and Smith is retired, and so too are the Rams. They do get a couple of base runners thanks to a pair of 2-out walks, but unfortunately cannot get that tying run home. And your final score here in Game 2 will be Notre Dame 5 and the Shepherd Rams 4. We'll come back and tell you all about it as we get into our post-game show after we take this 90. Let's take a 90-second break. You're watching Shepherd Rams baseball on TV 10.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the Horsemen.
Prepare for what's next or to plan ahead. We're here. Brown Funeral Home, a legacy of service since 1880.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Well, back again here at Fairfax Field, along with Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller. John Alderson running our TV 10 camera. Caleb Falero back at the studio. Our recap of our second game of the doubleheader getting underway as we look at how the scoring played out. And Matt Shepard took the 2-0 lead bottom half of inning number 1. They were able to get one run on an RBI fielder's choice ground ball off the bat of Eddie Nottingham, and then Nottingham came home to score on an error to the third baseman. Shepard had the quick lead and would add to that lead with a run in the bottom of the second inning. Nick Atkinson reached on an infield single to start the inning. 2 outs later, Jared Carr delivered an RBI single into left field, and Shepard with that 3-0 lead would have it hold until the top of the fourth inning. And Ryan Potts, who was outstanding through 3, he faced 10 batters, retired 9 of them, gave up only a walk, and then things after the first out in that fourth inning just went south for a short period of time. He was eventually able to regroup and get the last out, but he faced 9 batters and sandwiched in between 5 runs scored on 5 hits.
Yeah, it was 3 after the first out to Corey Miley. It was 3 consecutive singles. He was able to get out number 2, and you're thinking, okay, the bases are going to be left loaded. All he needs is one more out. Then it was a 2 RBI single for Lucas Thompson, and then it was a 2 RBI double for Najee Garcia, and just like that, you have runs coming across the board. There's a walk thrown in there, and it was 1 inning and only a portion of 1 inning that truly was the difference in this ball game. You take away parts of that inning, or just take away that entire inning, and Shepard goes on to win this ball game.
Absolutely, but as is, the 5 runs on the board for Notre Dame in that fourth inning proved to be the difference, and the big blows in the inning, a Lucas Thompson 2 RBI single and a Najee Garcia 2 RBI double, that helped to put the lead out to 4-3, and then Garcia scored on a passed ball. That made it 5-3. Shepard would cut the deficit to 5-4 in the bottom of the fifth inning. An infield single for Trenton Bergreen led off the inning. A double for Jared Carr put 2 in scoring position. Brenton Doyle would have a sacrifice fly that would bring home 1 run, but then a pair of ground ball outs ended the inning without the Rams being able to get that tying run across. And then in their last at bat in the 7th inning, Shepard gets a couple of 2-out walks, but again cannot come up with that big hit to get that tying run across. And in the end, Notre Dame gets the victory by the final of 5-4. Let's take one more 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap up our broadcast with numbers from this one. We'll tell you what comes up next for our sports coverage on TV 10 as well. This is Shepard Rams baseball on TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
Well, back one final time on this Saturday evening here at Fairfax Field. Let's quickly take a look at the pitching totals. Ryan Potts, 6 2/3 innings, 5 runs allowed on 8 hits. He struck out 11 and walked 3. Deserved a better fate in that 4th inning. His undoing. Brandon Cook came in, faced 1 batter, got a ground out to second to end the top of the 7th inning, stranding a couple of base runners. He did not give up a hit, a run, no walks, and no strikeouts. Kenny Pearson, the starter and the winning pitcher for Notre Dame, went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 8 hits. He would strike out 2, did not walk a batter. Todd Marshall came in to pick up his second save on the day. Went 1 inning, no runs, no hits. He did not strike out a batter, did walk a pair. Looking down the Notre Dame lineup, Joe Pascal had a single and a run scored as part of that 5-run 4th inning. An infield hit and a run scored that same inning for Rick Phillips, who went 2 for 4, added a single in the 7th as well. Nick Farrell 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and a run scored in that 4th inning. Adam Purdy 1 for 3. He had a single. Lucas Thompson went 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single and a walk, and Najee Garcia had a 2 RBI double as he went 1 for 3. For the Shepherd Rams, Jared Carr 3 hits and a walk as he went 3 for 3, a couple of singles, a double, a run batted in, and a run scored. Brenton Doyle drew a walk and had a sacrifice fly. Justin Smith a single as he goes 1 for 4. Eddie Nottingham had a single and an RBI fielder's choice. Saeed Mahdi 1 for 3 with a single. Nick Atkinson an infield single, he goes 1 for 3 and scores a run. And Trenton Bergreen reached on an infield single, he goes 1 for 3 with a run scored as well. Matt, final totals for Notre Dame: 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 6, 4 in scoring position. Shepherd, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 5 with 3 in scoring position. Pearson improves to 4-5 with the win. Marshall picks up his 6th save. Potts falls to 6-3 with the loss. Time of the game, 2 hours and 5 minutes. And for the Shepherd Rams, swept in the doubleheader, losing 6-3 in Game 1, 5-4 in Game 2. They're now 29-13, 19-5 in the Mountain East. Notre Dame improves to 21-23, and they're now 15-11 in the Mountain East. These two teams meet again tomorrow in another doubleheader.
Hopefully tomorrow Shepherd can figure it out offensively. I think on the mound, both teams threw very well today on the mound, meaning Notre Dame and Shepherd in both games. And offensively, Shepherd just came out and didn't play the way you expect them to play at the plate. So I think if they can get their minds right tomorrow and come out and swing the bats like we saw at times today, and in spurts, just do that consistently throughout an entire game, I expect Shepherd to pick up one, if not both, wins tomorrow.
Meanwhile, next up for us on TV 10, it's high school baseball. On Monday evening, we will be over at Spring Mills as the Cardinals will entertain the Jefferson Cougars. Game time will be at 7. Our pregame at 6:40. Miller time will be on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR beginning at 5. And next weekend, Shepherd will play at Fairmont State on Friday. A travel day Saturday as the two teams then come here, and right now our game plan is next Sunday. We would be here for the doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock between Shepherd and Fairmont State. That is the final doubleheader of the regular season. I'm imagining senior day here as well for the Shepherd Ram baseball team, and again, we look to be here for that on TV 10. Well, that's going to do it for today. A special thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of Ram baseball on TV 10. We thank you for joining us. Thanks goes out as well to both head coaches, Matt McCarty, Len Barker, providing information, lineup cards, and so forth for our broadcast today. Thanks to Chip Ransom, Sports Information Director, and all the staff and folks here at Fairfax Field for their help and support of our coverage of Ram baseball. Caleb Falero is our studio engineer. For John Alderton running the TV 10 camera, and for Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller reminding you, finals today in our doubleheader in Game 1. Notre Dame topping Shepherd 6-3. In Game 2, the Falcons get the sweep with a 5-4 victory. Until next time, so long, everyone.